Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the WLtoys V252 Pro. Now if you saw my review of the WLtoys V252 version 2, this is one of my favorite indoor quads. It just flies really nice. So I was really looking forward to this Pro version once I heard it was announced. Same kind of design, but it has this metallic body and these pinwheel landing feet, which are pretty funny. They actually spin from the prop wash, and then act as landing feet. And then it comes with this frame, which is pretty similar to the one that was available for the regular V52 252. But these, they attach to the motor arm there, and they just clip on. They're kind of loose. The Pro version here, they screw on to the motor mount, but it seems a little bit fragile. I mean, it's pretty flimsy, and it's just attached by one thin arm. So I don't know how long this frame would last. It seems like a good crash could take it out pretty quickly. But it's really light and flimsy, so and soft. Bumps against the wall or the ceiling, it works pretty well. I just don't think it would survive a very hard crash. And then people have been talking about it being a little more fragile. I guess maybe this metallic plastic material is a little more breakable than the kind of the clear Gumby frame of the V2. But anyway, it comes with two batteries, two 250 milliamp hour batteries, and a dual port USB charger, so that's pretty nice. You get two batteries. They take 50 minutes to charge, and you get about 5.5 minute flights out of it. And then it also comes with a spare set of props and a spare set of landing pinwheel feet. But the spares are all black. They don't have the same color and like metallic chrome look as the stock ones do. So that's a little bit strange that the spares are just black. But anyway, so let's get down to how the quad flies. It's a pretty nice flying quad. It is very similar to the V252 version 2, but a little bit different. It doesn't quite have as fast of a yaw rate. It only has one yaw rate throughout all the different pitch rates, so as you change through your rates, the yaw is the same speed throughout all the rates. It is kind of, let's get to the transmitter, because the transmitter is weird to me. Alright, so we've got our different rates. Let's look at what we got. We've got 40%, 60%, 100%, 20, 40, 60, 100, and then it beeps the entire time when you're in 100%. It does that while you fly. So to me, that's just really weird that it goes from 60% to 100% and then beeps, and then you get, when you're in 100% with this orange screen, it does flips with the full stick movement. So pretty much impossible to actually fly in 100% because you end up flipping all over the place. So 60% is the highest rate that you can actually fly around in without accidentally flipping. And for something that they call Pro, that seems weird to me. I was expecting it to be more geared towards pro pilots. And so, let me fly at 100% without flipping. Give me a flip button so I can decide when I want to flip. Make my yaw rate change with the different yaw. Give me a nice with the different rates, and give me a nice fast yaw. So basically, I just think calling this Pro is probably not accurate. I think the name should be something different because Pro is a little bit misleading. I'm not saying it's a bad quad by any means. It's just not a Pro version compared to the standard V2. I think this is more Pro than this. This seems like it's more meant for casual flyers, actually. Let's see, what else do I have to say about it? There is a light on and off button there. You can see the little indicator on the screen there. It does have LEDs inside the arms like the original V252 has. You've got blue in the front and red in the back, but the red's a little bit hard to see. It doesn't shine that bright like it did on the original V252, and the light button only turns off the rear red. The front blue are on all the time. So this isn't as great of a night flyer as the original V252, but I think it would still be doable. It's just not as easy to see the red lights in the back. And then this also is a new flight protocol, so you can't use any of the old V252 or 222 transmitters. This is the only transmitter that you can use with this quad so far, other than, you know, maybe like a modded Devo or whatever, but the other WLtoys transmitters will not work with this. And I think that's about all I have to say. Let's see, look at my notes here. Yep, that's it. So let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the WLtoys V252 Pro. And we'll start off by showing you the LEDs there, so you can see the back red ones are just barely visible, and there's a button to turn those on and off. So, it seems kind of weird to me. I would have rather they used the button for flips and just don't even let us turn off those LEDs, because what good is that doing? But anyway, go ahead and take her up for a flight, and I found that 40% rates are pretty much perfect for indoor flying. Again, it only has one yaw rate throughout all the different rates, so there I'm flipping through all the rates and it just stays the same. So 40% the yaw and pitch is a pretty good match. And you can see the pinwheel feet there spinning in the prop wash, kind of interesting. So let's see. Get a feel for it real quick. So you can actually do some pretty good funnels there. That's just full pitch and full rudder. Not bad. So yeah, I mean it's stable, it's precise, it flies really well. There's just a few things I don't quite like about it and don't really understand why they call it Pro, but it still has the nice flight characteristics that I liked in the V252 improved version. So here's one thing I don't like. Let's go ahead and... So here's 60%. So you can see the pitch there, and then 100%. Oh, I can't show you full pitch there because it flips. And then the transmitter just beeps the entire time. But let's go ahead and do some flips while we're here. So, oh gosh. See, and that's the problem there. When it gets out of control after a flip, you can't recover because then you just end up doing more flips. So let's take her back to 40%. So I'm not really sure. I think with all the flips I did in a row there, it got a little confused after a couple. But pretty good flips generally. Alright, back to 40%. Let's do some more circuits and stuff. Actually, let's show off the cage a little bit there. So there's hitting the ceiling, no problem. Let's bump into the little dryer here. That didn't go so well. I guess it did protect the props, it just didn't keep flying. It's kind of sprung off the wall, kind of a little bouncy. Yeah, I just barely touched it. So it seems the protective frame doesn't work too well in keeping it flying, but it does protect the props from actually hitting anything. Let's take her in for a landing and let's see how these LEDs look in the dark. So I mean, even in the dark I still don't see the red from above. So you can get a little bit of a peek of the red. I don't even know if you'll even be able to see that on camera or not, but I mean the red is just barely visible. The blue is nice and bright in the front, and the V252 version 2 had nice bright red LEDs in the back, so I don't know why these are so dim. And then there I can turn them on and off. I mean, what is the point in being able to turn those on and off? So I don't know, I don't think this is exactly a night flyer, just because you'd so easily lose your orientation at any sort of distance, because all you really see is blue LEDs. You can just barely see the red up close, and I'd imagine from afar you'd lose them altogether. But it is a nice quad. I mean, it flies well. There's just a few decisions they made that I don't quite understand, and it could have been so much better even if they would have done a couple things a little bit different. But again, you know, still it flies really nice. It flips well, but you just have to deal with the doing it at 100% and having the controller beep at you the entire time. But that's that. That's the WLtoys V252 Pro. Alright, well thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you next time.